Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
What's up? This is Josh from Fanagram, and you're listening to Zero Dark Nerdy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Zero Dark Nerdy, the world's most notorious pop culture podcast, brought to you by the Believe Podcast Network, as well as betonline.ag. This is your boy Brian, a.k.a. El Nino, and today I am joined with...
Janice?
No a.k.a.?
No.
And we have a very special guest in the building, Justin Weber from Heff's Burger Club. If you have not seen our live IG feed, I highly suggest you check it out. It's going to be on the Zero Dark Nerdy IG page, as well as Heff's Burger Club, and then the Super Neat Dude.
Super Neat Dude, yeah.
Super Neat Dude. So Justin Webster in the building.
What's up, guys? What's up? Good to be here.
So we got to enjoy, like I said, be sure to check out the video. We're going to have some, video clips for this episode as well. But delicious, outstanding hamburgers from this specimen right here that needs a Nobel Prize. I swear to God, I think these burgers could make sure that Russia doesn't invade Ukraine anymore.
Yeah,
they are that
plan.
Good. We're gonna make them and we're gonna ship them over, and then the war is over.
Hey, Putin, poot this in your mouth, man.
Heyo. So give us just a little bit of the backstory behind the inspiration for Heff's Burger Club and just everything that comes along with it.
Yeah, so my wife and I, my wife Heather, nickname's Heff, El Jefe, that's what her dad called her. So
Nice.
Heff's Burger Club. So we knew we wanted to open some kind of restaurant. Originally, I think our intention was to open a sandwich shop, but that, we all like burgers. So it just naturally evolved into a burger restaurant. And over the past year, we've just kind of been cultivating the recipes, kind of whittling it down to what we really want it to be. And now here we are with some hopefully banging burgers.
So we got to sample two of them here at the Zero Dark Nerdy Studios, aka our house. And just for the fans out there, what entailed as far as the recipes for both burgers and the inspiration behind them as well?
So basically, I was just trying to call back to the fast food burgers I ate as a kid. You know what I mean? You can see the obvious inspiration with the Lady Killer. It's mix between a Whopper and a Big Mac, but we're just trying to take these really simple ideas and elevate them instead of just a cheapo sauce. We're doing a black garlic sauce with a lot of other fine dining techniques. We're just trying to make it good, approachable, and honestly better for you using that grass-fed beef. So.
Yeah. So speaking of grass-fed beef, you get it here locally too as well, right?
Sure. So we go through Joyce Farms. Any chef out there, anybody in the industry will recognize that name. They're my favorite farm in the area. They treat their cows great. And that's really important to us. If we're going to be consuming that much beef, we need to make sure that it's ethically sourced.
Right.
And I think that's super important. The horrors of the cattle and poultry industry. So you really want to get it from some people that care about the animals that they're working with. Yeah. So that was always important to us. If it's not grass fed, it's not us. It's not Heff's. So
yeah.
And you get a really cool kind of gamier taste. It's a lot beefier.
Yeah.
And I
definitely notice that.
Yeah, and it sets us apart. You know what I mean? It's not just 80-20 ground chuck like everybody else uses. So yeah,
right.
Yeah, we're proud of that beef.
It's that time of year as college basketball takes center stage with the tournament finally upon us. If you're looking to wager this year, BetOnline is the #1 spot for all your updated odds and info, along with great contests, including the bracket contest where you have a chance to take home the top prize. Head over to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code BELIEVE, that's spelled BLEAV, to get started. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino game. Standing, Janice, what were your thoughts on it? Because I got the Lady Killer first, and I literally couldn't speak for about 2 minutes. And I was just overwhelmed by the flavor, the taste, the whole 9 yards, because it is one of those burgers to where it's not, and that's what I really love about it. It's not like you have to have all these different hundreds of toppings out there to make it. It's really just the simplicity of the flavors, the spice, and just making a really good damn burger that literally anybody can enjoy
Yeah.
without having to put in like the onion rings and, stuff that you may see at other places and this, that, and the other. So, Janice, what was kind of your first reaction? Because I think you had the the baby Heff.
The heavy baby.
The heavy baby,
heavy
that's
baby,
it.
yeah.
Heavy baby.
Yeah.
One word, magic. I don't know how else to describe it. It was magical. Simple and magical.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so good, so good. So one thing that we talked about earlier that I truly, truly love about the name itself, the Heff's Burger Club, and you and I were talking about this. It seems like Burger Bar has been, for lack of a better term, played out.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all seen it, we've all heard it.
Yeah.
Where did the inspiration come for you to go with the Heff's Burger Club for the spot?
Yeah, so there's a couple of different variations that go around. Burger Club is certainly used by other people. I really don't like the term burger bar. I think it brings me images of people on penny farthings or, curly mustached hipsters with
Uppity
newsboy hats. on.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. And plus we don't have a bar, so it just seems silly. But no hate to anybody whose name is Burger Bar.
Right.
Just
We're not calling anyone out.
not
so.
for us. It's just a cool kid club. So,
There you go.
Members only jacket.
Yeah, exactly. An exclusive Sons of Anarchy club for people that really enjoy just good burgers.
Yeah.
So, just getting a little bit past the burgers here. In terms of video games, you and I have had this discussion this week. Big shout out to Jordan. And of course, I mentioned earlier, he's going to be helping Orlando open up Broken Promises in Charlotte. So best of luck to those guys out there. One thing that you and Jordan have a lot in common, and I'd love to hear more about, because I think it'd be great for a lot of people that have seen it, because it's on like every home screen for Xbox, PlayStation, whatever it is. And it was George R.R. Martin that helped, I guess, write the story, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So Elden Ring. So what are your just kind of first thoughts, impressions? Where are you at?
So I was peer pressured into playing this game.
Like most people.
Yeah. I'd never really played a Souls like I played Sekiro, but I'd always kind of been off put by like the difficulty level. But yeah, my old sous chef kind of pressured me into it. He's a huge diehard Dark Souls fan, and my friend Ali, they both just called me a wuss for never playing one. So I was like, fuck you guys. When Elden Ring comes out, I'm gonna play it, and I'll probably suck at it. And but I love it. I do suck at it, but you know what I mean. It's awesome. It's like super punishing Zelda, I think. So
if you're into that kind of thing,
yeah. Sure.
So I have heard that it's not for the faint of heart, and you have to log in a lot of hours and a lot of miles in this.
Yeah.
And for people out there that may be on the fence about it, what are some things that, I love the fact that you didn't get into Dark Souls and a lot of those other games. So this is kind of your first venture into the studio.
Sure.
What are some things that just really attracted you to this game and why you continue to play it?
So it's cool. A lot of games, like a lot of open world games, you can kind of just jump in with no planning and just kind of figure out where to go from there. But with Elden Ring, it's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons in the sense that you kind of have to plan out what class you're gonna, what you're gonna put, what skills you're gonna put points into and stuff like that. Or else, I mean, if you try to level up every trait, you're gonna just suck. You know what I mean? So it's like you have to have a battle plan going in. If you look on YouTube, there's hundreds of build videos, like, make the Dark Emperor build or something like that. So you really have to know kind of what you're doing. And, I still don't know what all the numbers and stuff mean, but it's very cool because it's like, oh, I can really dictate how this game is going to go for me. You know what I mean? I can make this character that's really unique to my play style and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's daunting. It's really daunting. If you don't have a lot of time or you're tired, it's like, it's a chore to pick up the controller sometimes. So, but yeah, it's awesome. And at its core, it's just like, you can explore. If that's your thing, you can just go out and whack enemies on horseback. It's killer. So yeah, I love it, man. I love it so far.
Nice.
Very hard.
So being a married man with a 5-year-old son, correct?
Yes. Levi.
So when do you even have time to play this? Plus building your empire with these incredible burgers.
So I have, at night, when me and Heff are at home together, we, when she's not hogging the TV playing Stardew Valley.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll sneak in an hour or so every once in a while.
Gotcha.
And then I'll fall asleep. I'm in my 30s, so I can't look at a screen for an hour. I'm falling asleep.
Same.
But yeah. So yeah, in this downtime where we're getting Heff's up and running, I think I'm gonna, commit a lot of time to.
I was gonna say, because once Heff is up and running, Like you may have like 30 minutes.
Oh, I'm selling my PS5.
Hey, listen up, because you're gonna want to know when he's selling it, because they're still incredibly hard to find.
Yeah.
So just kind of like in regards to pop culture and entertainment in general, what are some like just movie franchises, TV shows that you may be just kind of catching in your free time when you're not taking over this burger empire here?
Sure. So TV, we get even less time to watch, but I think Heather and I usually find a series we like and we commit to. I think right now we're watching Inventing Anna.
Nice.
But the last series that we finished was The Righteous Gemstones, which is just so hilarious.
Yeah.
I grew up in a very conservative Southern Christian family, so it's just they've got it nailed down to a T. Like what the the fakeness and kind of like how prim and proper everybody is, and it's a great show. It's hilarious, and I think that's like probably the last show we watched together.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No, a big shout out to Danny McBride out there. And
Yeah,
of
he's
course,
awesome.
Walton Coggins, Baby Billy.
Yeah, Baby Billy. That guy's
I tell you that his veneers just stand out like nothing else. And I mean, I loved him in Vice Principals, love him in Django. I mean, there's not much that you see Walton Coggins in and you don't love. Same thing with Danny McBride.
Sure.
He plays these characters to a T, and it is a great show. My only gripe with The Righteous Gemstones is I feel like there's like a lot of dick.
Yeah.
like actual penis.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like not dickheads. Like it's just like, all right, another episode, another penis.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. You know,
Cross
here and
that
there,
threshold.
sure. I'm just like, I feel like they like this season they found a way to throw in a penis like every single episode.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not homophobic or anything like that. I was just kind of curious. I was like, all right, just wondering where this.
It's like,
You
where's
came
Waldo?
from.
Find the penis in the episode.
Right. Maybe that's it. Like, how many people? Like, what record can we break? And you know what? Now that you mention it, it seems like something Danny McBride and Gordon Green. I can't think of his first name, but he also directed Halloween Kills, and then Halloween Ends next year. David Gordon Green. So I think maybe it was just a bet between them where they're like, are people going to notice all these penises? Which I could totally see Danny McBride doing that. So now it totally makes sense.
Find
to
the
me.
penis.
Yeah, I think there's a rule, like as long as it's flaccid, you can show penis, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Tons of people take multivitamins, but it's important to choose one that is top quality. With one delicious scoop of Athletic Greens, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to start your day right. Their special blend of ingredients supports gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, energy, recovery, focus, and aging. It's also lifestyle friendly and fits a wide range of diets. There's only 1 gram of sugar and no chemicals or artificial anything. Reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just 1 scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/believe. That's BLEAV. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/believe. So, Janice, what are you watching nowadays besides our normal The Office?
I'm not really
Reruns.
watching anything new. So
Yeah.
I never was into Modern Family.
Okay.
So I just finished binging that.
Okay.
I liked it.
That's funny.
And then there's a show called The Middle. It's on HBO Max.
Okay.
It's not really well known, and it should be, but
Okay.
I love that show because the dad in that show reminds me of our dad.
Oh, I remember you telling me
Yes.
that. Yeah. So now I have to watch it. Big
yes.
shout outs to my dad out there.
Yeah.
The Puerto Rican Clark Griswold.
Yes. So that's basically what the show is about. So I've watched that.
Okay.
I'm just binging a lot of old shows. Like I'm on my 3rd round of Entourage,
I think I'm on my 400th.
my 3rd round of Sopranos, which I had to take a break because it's a lot when every episode you're like, okay, how many more people are going to die?
Yeah.
So it takes a toll on you. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to watch I Love Lucy in the middle.
Yeah.
Kind of like break up the murdering that's happening in Sopranos.
Oh, and I never even, I meant to ask you this. I know you haven't been on since we did the Mother's Day episode. So what did you think of the Lucille Ball movie on Amazon Prime with Nicole Kidman and Javier Bardem?
I've seen every documentary, every movie, everything about Lucille Ball. So nothing was really new in that movie. It wasn't what I was expecting.
Okay. Because it takes place in like a week, right?
Yes. And the way it was filmed, I think I was just confused because when it started, I was like, wait, am I watching like behind the scenes? I was really confused about the way it started.
Right.
Was
Right.
I watching the actual movie, or was I watching like behind the scenes of how they made the movie?
Right.
So that was a little confusing. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
Since I'm, a huge Lucille Ball fan, Nicole Kidman did okay
Yeah.
to play her. But yeah, it was nothing.
Nothing right home about.
Yeah. And I know there's another one. I think Amy Poehler directed or had something to do with.
Yeah,
so there's
it's
another one coming out.
Lucy and Desi, I think is the name
Yes.
of it.
Oh yeah.
That
yeah.
I think, so Lucille, their daughter, actually like gave the stamp of approval for that one.
Right.
And I don't know if she did for the Nicole Kidman one. I don't know how involved
Right.
she was with that, but
Yeah, because that one was actually directed by Aaron Sorkin, who's a tremendous writer in his own right.
Yeah.
But so I think that's probably where maybe some of the visuals and all that.
yeah,
Because I think this was the first movie he directed. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But he's written a shit ton.
yeah. So I wasn't disappointed, but I also wasn't wowed. But again, this is coming from me who has seen everything Lucille Ball
Yeah,
related.
you ain't getting anything past her.
Yeah, so it was nothing new to me. I think someone that watching it that didn't really know the history of their story
Sure.
was probably wowed by it.
Right.
But for me, I was like, yeah, I already knew that.
Gotcha. So in terms of other video games coming out this year, Justin, sorry.
I'll go by Jeff.
That's why we
That's a
edit.
pretty cool name. Yeah.
You can call me whatever you want. These
Yeah.
burgers are the shit.
So we need name tags.
Jeff's Burger Club.
Any other games that you're excited about coming out this year? And also give us like a little history. I mean, for people listening to the podcast, you're not going to see the visuals unless you watch the IG episode, but he's got some very cool video game inspired tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
So, just kind of inspirations as far as old video games and anything that you may be looking forward to this year.
Yeah, so I think my video game history, got a Super Nintendo when I was a kid. I would play Donkey Kong Country and Super Mario with my dad, and that evolved into getting an N64 when I was 7 or 8. Playing Mario, Legend of Zelda, and then I got my first Final Fantasy game, and that's where I went down the rabbit hole. Like, I got Final Fantasy VII, I think, when I was 9 years old.
Oh, that's the best one.
Well,
That's a conversation for another day.
yeah, I just fell in love with it. Played 7, 8, 9, 10, just went down. And so now I'm eagerly awaiting news on Final Fantasy 16. Just had the PlayStation, their live stream or whatever, and we didn't get any news, so I was pretty bummed. But Forspoken's coming in October. Looking forward to that. Stranger of Paradise, definitely looking forward to that. It's hard to be excited about open world games right now, especially because Elden Ring's out. So it's like, how is this going to compare to Elden Ring? It's
Right.
You know how it was when we were living in that post Breath of the Wild world where it was like, well, it's not as good as Breath of the Wild. That's how I feel about Elden Ring now. It's like, is this going to be as good as Elden Ring? It's going to be worth my time. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. I love playing games with my kids, so that's gonna be a fun one to play. It looks awesome. It's like an old school platformer, so super stoked about that. Yeah, Breath of the Wild too.
Nice.
A lot of cool things to look forward to.
Nice. So speaking of kids, so what are some games that you and your son play together?
So he is a Mario fanatic.
Okay.
He adores Mario.
Good choice.
Yeah. Mario underwear, Mario bed sheets, plushies. So he played Mario Odyssey all the way through.
Oh, wow.
Completely beat every boss himself. And when he first started playing, he barely knew how to jump and run.
Yeah.
So that game really taught him like the dexterity that you need to play a game. It taught him everything about like hand-eye coordination. And now he's better at a lot of things than I am on that game. So it's like, this kid's going to smoke me in Smash Bros 10 years from now. But yeah, so he plays a lot of that. He plays some Captain Toad, which is like an offshoot of, Mario. Kind of like a treasure tracker game. He plays the SpongeBob platformer game. I can't remember what it's called.
I think I got it for Javier. It's
I have no idea.
Bikini Bottom Rehydrated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he plays that. Yeah. It just, play some platformers and stuff like that. He watches me play Elden Ring and I'm like, hey buddy, you have to look away at the certain part, but
Yeah.
he loves it. I can tell he's going to be a serious gamer. Yeah.
That's awesome. I remember when my daughter, she was only, I don't even think she was 1 year old yet, but this was when Grand Theft Auto 3 came out. And I was going to, at the time, G-Tech, and this is like kind of pre-internet. I mean, it's internet like AOL,
Yeah.
but there's no Google,
Dial-up.
there's no nut
Yeah.
shit. So I'm sitting there, Brian Pisani, big shout outs, Matt Wayne Scott, a few other of us, and we would just sit there and like give each other codes, like literally handwritten codes. Like, here's how you get all the guns, and here's how you do all your shit. And then I would wait because I have one of those little automatic swings for my daughter.
Yeah.
And I'll wait for her to pass out. And I'm like, all right, it's time to kill some people and off some people and
Run them over.
Yeah, run
Pick
over
up a hooker.
whoever. Yeah. So, yeah, it's funny now because, when she comes over, we're either playing Call of Duty or FIFA, which FIFA just takes the most patience
Oh, yeah.
on the planet. It's so sensitive.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So, before we wrap up, how can people find you? Where can they contact you? What are some expected dates for hopefully the Winston-Salem location here? Like, let the people know how they can, and of course, the pop-ups coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. So as far as the pop-ups we have coming up, March 26th at Hoots, they're having the Hoots Flea. I'll be there set up, probably have about 150 burgers, so get there as soon as you can.
First come,
I'll be
first serve.
first in line.
Yep. We might camp out for that.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's going to be awesome. I'm scared. So, so we're going to have a April and May pop-up schedule posted, probably within the next 2 weeks. I guess an announcement, Heff's Burger Club is going to go to Chicago, to do a pop-up at Big Kids. So it's going to be cool. We're going to be up there for 2 nights, slinging burgers and drinking beers with those dudes up there. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Nice.
As far as the opening, we're looking at fall, hopefully, late fall, early winter at the latest. But we'll keep you guys updated for sure.
Excellent. And then as far as social media, where can they find you at?
Okay, so it's Heff's Burger Club, HEFFS Burger Club, all one word. And then my personal is Super Neat Dude.
Super neat dude.
Super Neat
Super
Dude.
neat dude.
The magical burgers.
Fuck, I was going to say it was super awesome burgers.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Be sure to, of course, follow him on all social media platforms. Please stay tuned to those pop-ups because I guarantee you, if he's only bringing 150 burgers, that shit's going to sell out real quick. And if you're in the Chicago area, which Janice lived at for a while, be sure to definitely check them out there. Yeah, 6 years. So, again, big thank you to our sponsors out there, the Believe Podcast Network, and, of course, betonline.ag for all your sports betting needs. And, of course, Zibster, that is ZIBSTER, for all your podcast, website, and SEO needs. Local company right here in Greensboro, doing some of the most amazing websites on the planet at very affordable prices. And as always, keeping us out of jail as best as you can, Andrew Newman, attorney at law. AttorneyNewman.com is the website. On behalf of everybody from Zero Dark Nerdy, this is Brian, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Yeah! Victory!
And anger management?
Fuck anger management.
Thank you for listening to Believe. You can show support to your host by subscribing to the show and giving us a 5-star rating on your preferred platform. Check us out at Believe.com and search for BLEAV on YouTube.